All right, there's a buzz about the expansion of recreational marijuana in Minnesota as retailers are now on the verge of getting licensed. But some of the state's original cannabis entrepreneurs feel a bit like they're being smoked out. Fox 9's Corin Hoggard follows the industry, and he is live at a dispensary in St. Paul right now. So, Corin, the rules are changing for hemp store owners, correct?
Yeah, that's right, Kelsey. If they own a store, if they produce hemp, they're going to have to start getting licensed in October and be licensed by November. So they have to follow a long list of rules, just like most of the other cannabis businesses do. And when it comes to selling a product, they have to follow some labeling rules. They just got this list of rules that they have to do to produce a label, something like that right there, that they'll put onto the products. But if you look at this list, one of them is basically impossible to follow, they're worried. It says that names and license numbers of all businesses that basically had any hand in the hemp production from seed to store has to be listed on this label. And when it comes to licenses, well, there aren't any. Minnesota won't be doing it until October. Other states do have hemp producers. They don't have licenses there. And so for people who want to get into the cannabis business as well as the hemp business, they're going to have to start following these rules as soon as they get a cannabis license. This guy right here wants to be a cannabis retailer. He's on the road to getting a micro business license. But if he opens as a cannabis business, he also has to get rid of all this stuff, apparently.
I really don't think that the industry at large is going to let a little hiccup like this become an issue that means product has to be destroyed. That's just the state's not going to do that. The industry is not going to let the state do that.
So yeah, that's the thing. He's maybe going to have to get rid of all of this.
All right, and so, Corin, what is the Office of Cannabis Management saying about the potential problem?
I talked to them a few times today to clarify all this, and they did confirm that if you're going to be a working cannabis licensee, you have to follow these rules, and really there's a gap there between when they get a license and when they can actually get legal labels to put on these products. So you're pretty much, the law is the law, and they're kind of out of luck. They're going to have to choose a lane, either hemp-derived THC products or cannabis, retail, or neither. And, for a lot of business owners, that is a tough choice to make.
Yeah, it sounds like there's just so much uncertainty right now. The new laws could probably also make all cannabis products more expensive. Is that what they're feeling too?
Yeah, absolutely. We know that the tax is going to go up from 10 to 15%. And there's a few other things in their regulations that create middlemen that may make prices go up, especially on hemp and THC and CBD products. And so that is a concern across the industry.
All right, Corin Hoggard, looking at issues with marijuana and hemp and the State Office of Cannabis Management. Thank you so much for that story tonight.